What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology Retold action. Spawning on the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Kimo. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Thor. His name is 3DB. It's back. It's happening. 3DB. I don't know if he's been hiding or if he's been playing Age 4 or whatnot, but tomorrow is the grand tournament. And he's going to be doing what he can here to get himself prepared in the last moments. As a little smack onto this Rhino coming through. But he has met one of the strongest in Kimo. He gets a little bit unfortunate on the Rhino. I'm not sure what he's trying to. I think he should just tank the damage, in all honesty. There you go. That's better. Tank that damage. There you go. No problems. But yes, he's managed to run into Kimo. And Kimo is he's kind of in his element recently. I think he's really leveled up, fundamentally speaking. Like he's not making fundamental mistakes anymore, which makes it really, really hard to kill him. And I mean, I'm not sure where everyone else is in this land of fundamentals, in this land of just like kind of playing the game in a way that just makes sure you don't lose and then sets you up for situations where you're really good. This is like one very, very common style from Kimo from back in the Legacy days, where he's just like, I'm just going to do a thing. And it might not be the most optimal of builds. It might not be the most optimal of strategies, but I know I don't die doing this, and I know I can beat you in the late game. And that's what he goes for. And it'll be interesting to see how he's going to be able to go, especially matching up against some of the other styles we're going to see over the weekend of Wrath of the Gods. But he's definitely someone I'm super excited to be watching. As B, on the other hand, this guy is arguably the most entertaining from a strategic standpoint. He might not be the most optimal of players, but he is the most creative. And look at this already. He's literally just taken all of his villagers off of the wood here, off of this straggler tree, moved him over here, and he still doesn't have the resources to advance. He has already got himself 2 upgrades. He's going for his 3rd. He wants his 4th. Everyone else who's doing Thor at the moment is getting 3 upgrades basically in the Archaic Age, and the 4th one as they're advancing, or the 4th one as they're in the Classical Age. That's what everyone else is doing. B at the moment, it's 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, and he's only now just dropping his temple. In fact, not only that, he's built an ox cart. He still doesn't have the food. Oh, the thing is, like, this isn't that bad, so long as you don't take damage. And Kimo is the type of player to maybe play into this in a negative way, just on the fact that he might go for a fast second town center. It looks like he's going for it. And that plays into the idea, or a naked fast town center, that plays into the idea of B advancing really, really late. Now, yes, Kimo's going to get the town center up first, and it's not going to be any problems with that, but B is going to have so much more economy from advancing super late that, I mean, what are you going to do? We'll have to wait and see. This is going to be an exciting one. Relics on the map that we haven't seen anyone pick up just yet. We've got that head of Orpheus there with the line of sight +8. Bridal of Pegasus here, really, really good scouting relic there. Pelt of Argus on the top with the units adding some line of sight there. And the relic at the top has indeed been stolen by Kimo, I think. There he is. What's he got? Oh, he's got Svadilfari's Sledge. Really big relic there. That's Kimo about to be searching in. Dwarves going to be retreating back away from this position here. We've got the Berserk coming in to try and defend, but this is a scary amount of units here. But B just moves back and forward. No problem. Just the tiniest bits of damage here. And this is important considering Kimo's advanced so fast. Does manage to snipe a Berserk. They're sending that one straight into the forest. Poor guy. Poor guy. But Kimo here, he's going to be making it happen on the aggression. He's got the town center already before B's even in the second age. But B does have an advantage here in terms of villages. And if B wants to, and B very easily can do so, he can just grab the town center straight away. In fact, he's doing it. This house over here is distracted enough. Wait, is he making berserk? He's making berserks. He's literally making berserks out of his town center. Like, I want to give you a little bit of a history lesson on Norse and how far it went down the rabbit hole of strategic development before Norse got buffed and people realized you didn't need to do any of this stuff. There was a time when Norse players couldn't win anyone. Part of the problem was you just couldn't get going as fast as the other civs. So myself and a few other Norse enthusiasts at the time came up with the idea of the 5 berserk strat. 5 berserks into a fast second town center, 5 berserks into a rush, 5 berserks into fast buildings, into an early aggression. What does 5 berserks actually mean? Well, it means you build 4, right? So you lose 2 villages or nearly 3 villages. It's a very, very big loss where that's concerned. But when you're already in front by villages, does it really matter? That's the question that 3DB is asking here. On the other side here, we've already got the double military academy in for Kimo. Kimo knows the second town center is on. And he just says, all right, armory time. Armory time is in. Wait, what happened to these? Did a relic get dropped? What? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Wait, who got the relic? Oh, Kimo. Wait. Kimo drops Fatalfari's sledge for the Pegasus. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, 3 longhouses down now and a whole bunch of thrown axemen. But he's got no idea what's coming for him, but he wants those thrown axemen just in case. There's a whole bunch of hoplites that just come in and just kill him. Now, he also doesn't know there's a town center. He can make a guess that there's a town center. Kimo's going to be going to the heroic age very, very quickly here. Now, fast heroics or 2 town center fast heroics with Zeus versus with Hades and Poseidon, it's a little bit more dangerous with Zeus because you hit the heroic age and you don't get any immediate value out of Dionysus, whereas going through Aphrodite, it's very, very safe. But B at the moment just walls up everywhere. Super, super defensive here. Walls down the bottom as well. Really nice amount of giraffe over here that he can come and eat at some point as well. We'll see how things develop as we've got ourselves one of the most boomy openings I think I've seen in recent memory. And honestly, like, after all is said and done, I think Kimo, he hasn't, like, caught up or anything. He's actually fallen back behind in the villager count a little bit because he's gone up to that next age. But I think he's in a position where the early Dwarven Armory here from 3DB hasn't really gained him all too much. And we see stone walls. I like it. Why not? Why not? Just wall up the entirety of the gold mine, stone walls, call it a day. Down on the bottom as well. Stone walls here. The walls there are going to be completely safe. Hoplite's going to be roaming over here to try and get a little bit of damage done. But it's basically pure throwing axemen for the time being now for 3DB. And I wouldn't be surprised if he just continues going throwing axemen for the rest of this game. Throwing axemen troll or something crazy like that. Because, like, the counter to throwing axemen is what? Archers, right? I mean, you can make Hippias, I guess, but archers. So if I go throw an axeman troll, suddenly the archer ball that's necessary to kill off the throwing axeman stops being that useful. Because the trolls just take them out. But Stonewall going to live here with 44 HP. As the army going to be charging forward. Also going after that Hydra right now is the healing spring going to come in. You have to micro this. You absolutely have to. We see restoration coming through as more thrown axemen are coming in. And that Hydra is still floating. No, it's not. It's going to be getting taken down very, very quickly. Those Hursa are staying alive in a big way. And it looks to me like Kimo may have overstepped his limits here at this stage of the game. Now we're starting to see those Haspists coming in to deal with this infantry army. You also have to remember the Berserks, they're so strong as well. They've got such good defenses. And now the army are going to be retreating away. And Kimo's like, all right, time to go in with a Haspist, Toxotes, Peltast. The Haspist to deal with the Berserks, Toxotes to deal with the Berserks and the Thrown Axemen, and the Peltast to deal with the Thrown Axemen as well. But honestly, B could just grab himself a third town center here. And in fact, it looks like that's what he wants to do. He's got the healing spring down. He's taken the town center. He's all good. Kimo, on the other hand, I mean, what can he get? More Minotaur? More units? He can go up for the town center on the left side of the map. And a temple coming down here. I mean, this looks to me like he's gearing up for what we were talking about with the trolls. He's already built one. It can be really, really challenging to deal with mass trolls. Like, it's such a good composition, especially against Greek, who's only got really 3 heroes. Is the army all going to be retreating back to the healing spring? Big ball going to get thrown in. Just missed that one there. I wonder, I do think... The troll is a weird one where I'm not 100% sure if you should use the... I don't think you should use the special attack on cooldown, but I don't know. The Berserks, there's just so many infantry units in here right now for 3DB. The population differential is out of control right now. 3DB is moving insanely far in front. Honestly, he's now got himself that troll upgrade there. And the next movement here for 3DB is Bragi, Call of Valhalla, and then every lost Berserk is worth a favor, which just means what? More trolls. More trolls. He is the troll man. As the Kimo unit's going to be charging forward. You see one Thrown Axeman getting sniped down. 2 Thrown Axemen getting sniped down. Hall's coming up onto this position here. So, I mean, on the back here, you see the gold mine's about to expire, but 3DB can just use that Dwarven mine now. But, I mean, does he want to? He's still only in the classical age. I'm going to be charging in here. We see the trolls coming in from the other side at the moment. Kimo has been caught out in a big way right now, but those Peltast are packing a punch for the time being. Hero is going to be charging forward here. They will take out those trolls pretty quickly. It's looking like B's Thrown Axeman troll army is just not going to be cutting it here against the Peltast of Haspis. Kimo's found a way through this unit composition and that wall there as well to boot. Really, really nice play, especially those Peltasts to come through onto the Thrown Axeman. It's a very, very interesting dynamic in that, yeah, you got the Toxotes, but Peltasts are just so much better. They're so much better. They're doing 4.7 pierce per second, but they've got themselves 4x against ranged soldiers. Whereas the Toxotes, they've only got like 1.25 or something, right? Yeah, and they're doing 7.6. So the Peltasts do so much more damage, but B, he's in trouble now. He's trying to pump up an army yet again. But he kind of just needs, my guess would be, mass raiding cavalry. But he doesn't have the time. Well, maybe he does. He probably could. See a cheeky little Minotaur coming up onto this side. I love to see Kimo getting himself Labyrinth of Minnows. And as I say that, it's coming through. Big, big tech there for the Minotaur raids. As B has to garrison, he's in a lot of trouble, but he's still keeping himself alive. More longhouses. B has said, I don't care what comp you're going to build. I am going to build Berserk Throwing Axeman. Berserk Throwing Axeman is the one to go for. Now, these trolls do manage to take out the Bull Minotaurs really, really quickly with that special ability. But you also have to remember, B's been 3 town center for quite some time. He is in front on the economy in a big way here, as the Berserks need to get onto those Peltast. But we do see the Thrown Axemen. They have effectively managed to clear up all of the front line there, which is going to allow those Berserks to come through and absolutely massacre the Peltast. Kimo missteps And 3DB is now the one with the advantage. This game is going back and forth in the biggest way in the main base. There's a big fat bull minotaur getting chased by a Ursa here, but nothing to see there. There's more longhouses coming up on the back here, or almost coming up. He'll set them up very, very shortly, I'm sure, as more bull minotaurs for Kimo. You have to remember these are heroic age bull minotaurs, so they've got a little bit more HP than you'd be used to. So really, really strong at this point. And they're only going to get stronger when the mythic age comes through as well. Oh. Troll almost manages to take out that bull minotaur on that side. Smack, smack. Not able to quite kill that one. As a fortress going to come up here for Kimo. Berserk's going to be retreating back. And the army, though, of Kimo's yet again getting very scary, but we are going to be seeing... Is it Bragi? It is Bragi. I mean, there's no other option. Bragi, Call of Valhalla makes so much sense right now. If you go for Skadi here, I mean, what are you getting? Frost Giants? Frost? It's not it. Great raid over here onto these villages, getting that fortress up. Kimo not reacting. Loses every single one of those villages. As the army now of Kimo says, you've killed off my dudes. I'm ready to rumble. Let me get in here. Fortress gets denied. Berserks can retreat back up. These dwarfs up here are still mining uncontested. Kimo, he needs to be thinking... I mean, obviously he's probably thinking that there's a dwarven gold mine somewhere. Or potentially. So what does it matter? But I think he needs to be making sure those gold mines are available for him in this game. Because this game is very likely going very, very late here, is my guess. As the Berserk's going to be charging around into the center of the map, looking for something to kill here. But the town center is looking very, very in trouble as Berserk's charging into the main base here. We do have the Hypaspis here, but the village is going to go down. We see ourselves a whole bunch of stuff coming in. The army on the front here going to be retreating away as those cave trolls now. I mean, this army here probably wins against the flaming weapons, but running in underneath the double fortress for Kimo is going to be more than enough presence for him to take the fight right now. But those trolls still able to take out a whole bunch of the main base here. Town center is going to be getting targeted down. The Berserk's pulling off the town center for a second. They're going to go after the villagers as Kimo not really paying attention onto this position here. B's multitasking here is insanely good. Villagers do manage to pop back into the town center as Kimo will be noticing that. But on the front here, B, he is making some ground. More Berserk's going to be coming through. We see that Call of Valhalla tech is on the way. More Trolls going to be coming in. It's literally just Berserk, Troll, and Axeman Troll here in this game against the Peltas, Toxodia, Hypaspis, Minotaurs for Kimo. Neither player going to be budging on that unit composition for the time being. Villagers popping back out of the fortress as more units going to be returning in for Kimo here. But can B continue to make this push? I think the answer is no, as he does pull back, but he does manage to erase one fortress for it. And now, I mean, if we take a look at this unit composition which Kimo's made, it is effectively mass archer. And I don't think B got as much favor as we would have liked there. Yes, he's still got a handful of those trolls, but the hero's going to be charging forward. You've got to take them out. Bull Minotaur coming in, bashing those ones in. And while the trolls, I mean, he's got them queued up onto these archers, but he absolutely needs that special attack. And there he goes with it. And look at all the archers getting absolutely massacred from that special ability. That's what he needs there to kill off this army. This is why he's going for this army composition. He knows what beats his human units. And this is just like rock, paper, scissors, Spock here. But Spock is a troll and the archers are going to get taken out by them. This is really, really interesting to watch. Can Kimo figure this one out? I think the simple solution here is just get Mythic Age for Bellerophon, right? Because Bellerophon will be able to just absolutely erase those trolls. But I wonder if B is ever going to let him do that. There's 31 villagers on food, excuse me. There's a whole bunch on gold. As Kimo, he's looking to attack yet again. He hasn't quite got that idea just yet, but I think maybe it doesn't matter as well. If he just gets a really good fight here, gets his heroes onto the trolls, it's going to be completely fine as the Berserk's going to be charging over here. And now we see 3DB going for Great Halls. And he's making Jarls, ladies and gentlemen. He's finally moving off of this unit composition, but I mean, Jarls, you need the upgrades. They're pretty strong, but you absolutely need the upgrades. They're really, really good at actually tanking the Hypaspis, though. That might be the idea. We'll have to wait and see. But a lot of units queued up here for Kimo. I think if he cancels all those units, he might even be able to go Mythic Age here. A whole bunch of Great Halls are now up. And B is ready to move back in onto the front here. He does have Great Jarls now as well. So that's going to be an absolute huge thing for him as the Cave Trolls moving forward. Trying to get that special ability and good kiting from Kimo for the time being. But it looks like Kimo, it looks like he's got an army. But the army of 3DB is just gigantic. As the Trolls going to get that special ability and sending those units flying into the buildings as well. As small, huge amounts of damage coming in. This army of 3DB looks uncounterable. Where are the hoplites? Kimo needs hoplites right now. He needs a transition away from these Hypaspis, and he is going for it. He's also getting Sarissa. He's also getting Fortified Towns out of it. Is it too little, too late for Kimo in this one? As 3DB's mass troll army is just that. A mass troll army. The villagers on the front getting absolutely removed from the game. Kimo is no quitter. However, even in this position, I wouldn't fault him for hitting the resign button right now. He's down a ton of population, but his economy is still intact. Pulling back, repopulating here is a possibility, but there's only really 2 gold mines left on the map for him to have. He's got to start a trade route as well behind all of this. As the Great Jarl transition here from B is now just absolutely huge. And B decides to retreat. B decides to retreat here. He's going after that fortress. The big melee damage coming through. I'm not exactly sure how boiling oil works. Maybe I should just check it out quickly. Can't read it. Not that interesting. Don't worry. I think it just attacks 1 unit at a time. Nonetheless, Trolls charging forward, trying to get onto those Toxotes yet again. I think the play. Okay, here's the play I think for Trolls, the Troll Micro. If you guys want to try it at home, I could be wrong about this, but it's definitely worth giving it an idea or giving it a go. Is turn the autocast off, and then in the fight, right-click the Trolls onto the Archer Ball, and then once they throw 1 auto attack, all of them, then turn the special ability on. That way, you don't waste the first special ability, and you get to erase the Archer Ball with one foul swoop of Deuterinos. As the Berserk's coming down to the bottom side here, they do see that gold mine is just about to be expired. I don't think B should really be worried about this one. He should just be coming up to the top side over here, as the Hoplites will be able to take out those Great Jarls. But I'm sure this just means now that 3DB is going to be able to go back into those throwing action. But he does lose a lot of Trolls on the front here. Odysseus and the heroes here for Kimo coming in. As I was saying, Kimo is no quitter. He will find a way back into this game. If anyone can find a way back into an Age of Mythology game, it's Kimo. Up onto the top side, the Hoplites have to chase down those Great Jarls. I mean, there is some idea here of maybe going into Prodromus here just to make sure you have a solid counter, but the Hoplites are just so good. There's probably no point there. And now we see the Hera coming through. Remember, 3DB still hasn't used a Dwarven gold mine. And he's out of gold. No, he's not. He's on this gold mine. He's going to mine every gold mine he possibly can. He wants Mythic Age before he clicks. And he's getting a trade route. Are you kidding me? Over onto this position, the Hoplite's going to be charging forward. Berserk's going to be able to take... I mean, I don't know. Who wins this fight? This is actually kind of interesting. I think the Berserk's just... Has anyone done that test? These are Bragi 4-city Berserks. Do they beat Athena Hoplites? I'm not sure. Nonetheless, the hardest part of the game is still in front of Kimo, and that's when he runs out of gold and 3DB still has gold remaining. They've got iron weapons, do they? 3DB could have gone to Mythic Age like 3 times over here with that. The trade. Why are you Why are you building a trade route 3D? What are you going for it, B? Just get what... I mean... Just put the Dwarven Mine down. I love it, though. I mean, why not? Walls coming up. And now we're... I don't know how. I don't know why. But we've now found ourselves in a position which Kimo loves. He's made it into the late game. Basically, I mean, this is the early late game. This is where, I mean, you're probably not killing him. Now, the one thing to remember here is that there's a 4th town center for Kimo. We are seeing some good pressure down on the bottom here as well as B. I mean, he knows. He's got to know how important that corner is, but so too does Kimo. I mean, you could kill off Kimo's trade route like 5 times over and he's still going to have more trade route. As the throw and axeman getting taken out onto this position, Unit's going to be coming down onto this spot. He does have a wall here, but it's not completely finished up here as this position is about to get broken through. The big problem, so to speak, is the tier is going to be on the way. Now, the next question here is, do you either A, spend your favor on a restoration coming into the next fight, B, save up for bronze, or C, get Argive patronage? Which we're seeing, and the answer is C here. Now, you could go for the answer D, get Archive patronage, and then use restoration on the next fight. But how many fortresses does he actually have? He's only got 2. You need a ton. For this technology to kind of, I mean, it pays itself off pretty quick, but for this technology to really pay itself off, you want to basically just be slapping down migdols. Or not migdols, but fortresses. And I like this idea because Kimo's not going to have a whole bunch of gold in the bank here. He does have this gold mine on the front here, which he can grab. But look at the walls. You thought Kimo had Kimo walls. These are the B walls. As the hoplites coming up to the top side of the map here. Our guy patronage is in. As the gate going to come out, get taken down, and Kimo is ready to fight. He's starting to get all those upgrades. His trade route is well and truly on the way. 4 markets. I mean, this is the thing, right? I think that 3DB is absolutely right on this. When you have to make that transition into the trade route, it is well worth your while to just drop 1 billion markets. But the question I've got is, why aren't you using your Dwarven Mine? As what's B's plan? I mean, get Berserker Gang and go for a Villager Ragnarok here. Lightning Storm going to get dropped down in the center of the map here. I don't know if this is going to get... Now we've got Meteoric Iron Mail coming in. The Thimble Winds are going to be hitting. Both players are really losing a whole bunch. Look at this 350 HP Mythic Age Cave Troll. It's never a bad idea to keep making trolls. As now we've got that Berserker Gang coming through. And this Thor army is going to be very, very scary. But Kimo, 4 town centers. I mean, this is even more scary. But the problem is no gold, no resources, and no income. Can Kimo hold here? As we're going to start seeing a transition into Ballister. As Medusa going to be helping out onto this spot. Toxoid is going to be dealing a huge amount of damage here as well. As the troll starting to move forward as well. Up onto this spot here. A little bit of a raid as we see the attempted wall. B's just going to put a billion walls over here because there's just no... Like, if you come from the Age of Empires 4 universe, this is just standard, right? They just spam walls because the walls are so effective. But in mythology, the walls aren't that effective really, but they're cheap. So of course you're just going to spam them. But there are some serious counters to them in siege engineered siege units or titans. As the army for Kimo going to be coming back in. Restoration going to be getting dropped down here as 3DB. I mean, he is... units are dying and they're immediately going to be coming back out here. Can he hold on though? Population differential is still quite large here. Bellerophon jumping onto the back here. And this is the unit we were talking about earlier, which is just such an important unit as 3DB going to be retreating back here. But I mean, he's got himself 150 population right now of economy. That's the problem. Whereas Kimo, he's got himself that military advantage for the time being here. Goaty's coming through. the goatee for the Medusa, I guess. He wants to take that out. As we do see the Bellerophon getting taken down here. Trade route going to start getting taken out as well. And now we see the Dwarven Mine. After 30 minutes of waiting, wondering, dreaming, wishing, the Dwarven Mine is now in. Kimo doesn't have any gold. Well, he's got this gold on the front here, but he doesn't have any gold really. So he's like struggling to rebuild these units. He does have those Champion Myrmidon, and he's going to get that Monstrous Rage tech. He's got 10 villages on favor, so he can just pump out Hydra here, which makes a lot of sense because it costs they cost food only. But no, he's going for the Medusa Matriarch. No, he's going for Medusa. Oh, these only cost wood. That's even better. For some reason, I thought they cost gold, but I guess it's wood. Nonetheless. Heavy Ballaster in the back here to try and deal with that big, fat Archer Ball here. I mean, I guess the only real way through this is just Ballaster. Ballaster are really good at taking out Archibalds as the Kimo Bellerophon going to be coming through as now a raid coming up to the top. The wall was not finished here. Kimo's ready to get through onto that position as the Bellerophon dives in onto the Ballaster. Going to be taking those out really, really quickly. And there's got to be a moment here for B to just say, all right, time to just convert dwarves into berserks. Because you don't need 100 villages as Nords. You don't need 100 villages plus 50 ox caravans, right? At least most of the time. You can see that he's floating a ton of resources right now. So the time is probably right now. He could go for a Titan Age here as well as an idea. And I don't think that Kimo will be able to support that. But I don't know if he even needs to. As the army here looking... I mean, no, it's still like full pot for Kimo. I don't even know what to think about this. I don't even know. Can B push back from being behind population? Yes, with a Berserker Rock. Will he go for the Berserker Rock? I don't know. If you're ever going to go for one, a simple solution to it, and this is the same for Ragnarok as well, is before you actually click the button, put down 2 or 3 village centers in your base. That way you're going to be able to rebuild those villages insanely fast. And it's when you got a lot of late game, that's when it's really worth it. Bellerophon coming into the back, trying to take out those cave trolls here. Medusa still causing a lot of problems for 3DB. Look at the queue. He has such a gigantic queue of stuff here as the hoplites coming up here are going to be getting a lot of damage done. Now, who wins this fight? I mean, it looks like there's more berserks than there are hoplites. And they do have Berserker Gang. Looks like, yeah, the Berserker Gang is so huge. That lifesteal is gigantic there. As both these guys are just like content with just sitting in the middle of this map and just going at it. Like, why not? B needs to push through here and kill off this trade route. And Kimo needs to push up the top and kill off that trade route. It's generally the way this goes. So we are seeing some Myrmidons now coming through. He's still only got 2 fortress. I mean, do you ever put more fortresses down? Like, is Archive Patronage even any good? Do you put them on the front? Fortresses on the front? I don't know. Oh, we've got ourselves the first siege unit coming through now for Kimo to try and break through. And there is the Berserker Rock now coming through. As B has managed to give himself a little bit more population to work with here. Is the auto queue on as well? The auto queue is off. So B doesn't want any more villages here. He's got to be very switched on to rebuild those if need be. But he's got infinite resources, it seems, right now. As the army now has to retreat for Kimo. Kimo has to spam out a whole bunch more stuff. He is getting himself that burning pitch technology as the Hillfork going to be coming up onto the front. There needs to be an answer for these Medusas. They're so strong. This was a composition I met in Tiny, which was basically Medusa Archer, and I just couldn't beat it, but that was Tiny. This is an actual game. And now we see the Titan Age coming through for B, and this will be a good counter to this army, but I almost guarantee you the Kimo is going to be able to afford a Titan out in the same sort of time as well. As the Goatee going to be charging forward, going to take out those Medusa, doing what they can here. Kimo's Medusa going to be getting cleaned up. We've got the Kimo Bellerophon still getting a lot of damage done in the middle here. The resources for B in terms of wood is slowly starting to go down. He's got a ton of wood in the back corner here as well. He's chopping wood up the top. Very few villagers on that one. He's mostly making food-based units anyway. So those ballasts do cost. As a Heliopolis has made its way through here. Bellerophon charging. Look at the Bellerophon. 16 HP in a dream here. The Bellerophon snipes 2 ballisters. As a Hillfort going to get taken down. We see even more Berserks starting to come through for 3DB. I mean, he could arguably get rid of maybe another 15. So 50 villagers. So he's still at 100 civilian unit. As the Hoplites units do manage to break through onto the top, you're going to be going after that trade route yet again as B. I mean, he knows he wants to take out this town center. If he cleans that up, he's going to be in a good position. The only reason Kimo is doing so well here is because he's got 4 town centers. Like, I can imagine if Kimo was 30 or 25 pop less at this moment. The raid is in. The Hillfort is defending nicely, but more Berserks coming up here to defend, and this will give Kimo an edge here as now the towers coming up into the center of the map. He's got that crenellations, he's got guard towers. These bad boys are doing 14.4 pierce damage a second, and there's a ton of them. You can kind of think about these guard towers as like archers, so to speak. They are pushing Kimo's pop way above 260 at the moment on this location, but the ballasts to take them out really, really nicely. As the Kimo Bellerophon in the back will be getting pushed back. We see that one staying alive here as well. He's ready to be charging forward with more stuff. He's still trying to take out those guard towers. The Ballista clean them up relatively quickly, and there's the Titan Gate. On the top here. I don't hate this idea because he can move across the water and he can charge straight in. Does Kimo know this though? No, he's got no idea. But he might know it with the Skylar, the free Skylar, the free Sarkanos, I don't know. And the that's Karkanos. This is Skylar, that's Karkanos. I don't care what anyone else says. Juggernaut could come through and cause some problems here. But yet again, we're in a problem where now 3DB he's going to be building some villages here. But now 3DB, he's got 28 pop building a Titan Gate. And Kimo's going to get his own Titan Gate out as well. He's also getting heavy warships in. There is a nice little couple ballisters coming up to the top there to defend. But it looks like Kimo's grind set mentality is allowing him through. And whoop. The Fenris Wolves are entering the building. I think you can say, you know you're desperate when you're starting to build Fenris Wolves. Just go back into the Trolls. They were doing so well for you. Just go for a Flaming Weapon. Flaming Weapons would have been a great idea as well. So wall's getting broken down here. And there's the Flaming Weapons coming through for 3DB to try and break through. Kimo's got so much gold in the bank now. He's got that Titan Gate, but he's not placing it down. And there he goes. Where is he placing? On the back of his base here. Who will finish first is the big question. There's more Jarls going to be charging forward. And Kimo doesn't even care about this Flame Wars. He's like, yeah, you can have 34.3 hack damage per second on those Jarls. I don't mind. He's spamming out Hoplite. He's spamming out all of the stuff right now. But up onto the top position, this is the problem. It's now wide open. And Kimo can make a redirect up to that side with a whole bunch of Berserks getting queued up here for B. And we're still fighting over the center. It doesn't matter if you're an Age of Mythology player, an Age of Empires 4 player, maybe even Age of Empires 2 player. It is known that the only way to play an RTS game is attacking one location for the entirety of the game. Now we're seeing Kimo getting in here with some side builds. The heavy ballaster will be able to take out those boats incredibly fast. As the army is still charging forward. Those hoplites are still getting a huge amount of damage done in here as well. There's a Medusa trying to hold on here, but and Kimo, he is somehow, some way. I mean, technically speaking, Kimo's in front right now. You have to ignore the score at these sorts of junctures because it really doesn't matter. B having some problems up to the top here. He does have those berserks he can pull. The reason why you don't, like, score doesn't matter is because the score is mostly just economy, mostly just unit kill death. So, I mean, in this position, so long as you've got 3 town centers and you've got your population, it doesn't matter how many units your opponent's killed because both players got the same tech. Both players got the same amount of income, or somewhat the same amount of income. The army has managed to find the Titan Gate at the top of the map here, and this will make Kimo start charging up here. In fact, Kimo might even send that Titan straight across to try and deny this Titan Gate. This could be the end for 3DB. There's 250 seconds left on this one, and what is he doing? He's going to let the Titan roar, and then he's going to go. You can animation cancel that one. If you want to get it moving a little bit quicker, you can make that happen. As Zerx will be pushing back, but is there time? I don't think there's time for this. He's going straight. He sees the Titan coming back onto the Titan Gate. He's got himself 45 seconds to get this one back up. Berserks need to get onto this one as well. The Titan moves quickly. He is an angry boy, and he wants supper. As those Hephaestus coming through to get even more damage done. 30 seconds remaining on the Titan Gate. You can't slow it down by attacking it. You can only slow it down by killing the units building it. And the Titan is close. But is it going to matter? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's out just ever so close there. And the Titan turns. And we are seeing an immediate fight right now. 3DB not focus firing at the moment. He's got to get onto that Titan. The Bellerophon is down. Berserks going to town onto the Titan over here as the Titan fight. Oh, what is happening here? The Titan fight going to be commencing for the time being. Bashing away at each other here. But who will win? The Berserk's doing a lot of damage, but they don't have any sort of divine damage. So, I mean, but honestly, the Titans only got 60% hack armor. So these things actually pack a bit of a punch here. Who's going to be winning? It looks like Kimo's Titan is going to be coming out with the edge here ever so slightly. Does he have any text for the Titan? He does. He's got himself that monstrous rage. So a little bit faster. Not more damage, but just a little bit faster. Does he have more HP? And a little bit more HP. But the Titan, after all is said and done, is now out. And we continue into the next phase of the game. The Fenris Wolf Broods are in. And Kimo here, he's still slowly pushing in onto this position. He's getting those forward towers up to maintain control on this position here. Yeah, last time I was sort of in this position against Kimo, and he went wonder. It makes a lot of sense if you can get there. The hard part is getting there, right? You need to get a lot of resources in. And what's 3DB doing up at the top here? At some point, 3DB's got to go, all right, we go for a Huskar raid. Okay, we go for a side build. We go for something. And at the moment, he's kind of got to just defend. As we see a whole bunch of Berserks getting converted right now for 3DB. As the town center looks to be going down very, very quickly. The heavy Petropolis on the back here is going to be putting an end to this town center very quickly. On the top side here, however, is there enough favor for flaming weapons? Answer is no. But the town center on the top here might go down. very, very quickly. 3DB not defending down onto the bottom side of the map here for the time being. And that's going to be 4 versus 2 town centers here, at least for a moment, as the top town center of Kimo will be getting erased here. And I'm sure that Kimo will just take this one, but maybe this is good for B in a way, though his trade route is going to be suffering in a really, really big way. B can drop another Dwarven gold mine if necessary, as he does take the town center down. He can drop the town center back up onto this spot. And I imagine a whole bunch of those Hephaspis can come through here. Look at all those military buildings through for Kimo at the moment, as Kimo's still managing to hold on with this crazy army that he has here. Jarl's going to be retreating back for the time being, but those Ballaster on the back going to get a little bit of damage done, as the Heliopoli now starting to roll forward in an attempt to take out the home town center of 3DB. 3DB got to get those dwarves in to help defend over here. Town center on this position does end up going up. So it's now 3 versus 3 town centers. This is advantage now back into B's side, but B's economy is now suffering. He's turning even more villages into berserks in order to try and hold over onto this spot. Town center looks like it might be going down. The army of B going into the main base now of Kimo. Kimo hasn't repaired this town center up from the Fimble Winter. He might be able to take that one down, but the Heliopoli will get taken out over here. Kimo not going for this town center just yet. In the front here, it looks like B might be holding for the time being, but the economy is the problem. Meanwhile, up onto this position, Heliopoli now coming through. The Ox Caravan's going to be doing a little bit to save themselves, as the army on the front will be getting taken out here. As 3DB does manage to break through onto this position here. The town center will go down very, very quickly. I mean, what's the answer? You got to push through and take out these towers, take out this position, get this town center back for yourself. And it looks like he's going to be going for it. If Kimo doesn't pay attention, this will go up very, very quickly. It looks like Kimo, I mean, I don't know if he's clicked on it or not. I don't think it matters here, because the town center goes up so quickly as the units all getting pushed back. The town center at the top position going to get taken back for Kimo at the moment. And this means the trade route should be able to restart here for 3DB, but he needs villages back and fast. The Berserk Narok was effective, but I mean, in the end of the day, we see a couple of Fenris Wolf Broods getting a little bit of damage done onto the trade route over here. Up to the top here. Another attack back over here with the see those 3DB caravans sitting idly by. There is still 100 favor Dwarven Mine, so we can go for that if he so chooses. As the Fenris Wolves Brood's going to be taking out those units, and now we see another town center coming back up here for 3DB. But so too is Kimo getting his own town center back. Both players here have lost a lot of villages over the past little bit. Kimo's going to be rebuilding all of his. We're also seeing 3DB trying to get his own villages back cooking in this game. As the Fenris Wolves up to the top side, they will be useful to take this out, but a Bellerophon is there. Still little raids coming in onto this trade route here. This is hurting Kimo in a big way. He's got to deal with that. Or I wouldn't mind seeing even more Fenris Wolves going forward there. As the top corner has been infiltrated right now for Kimo, and Kimo's going to be having a field day up here. As the Minotaur getting taken down over onto this position. Toxotes not able to, well, I mean, it's like a lot of units over here. 3DB, he knows that his economy is hurting. He's got to get those villages back into it. And it looks to me like 3DB's economy is just not going to be able to hold up in this game. As the Fenris Wolves coming through. And they will not deal with the Bellerophon. Bellerophon will be able to pick off a lot of Fenris Wolves. And these are very expensive in all honesty. And what else can 3DB do at the moment? But build villages. He's just got to get all his villages back. And this is the problem. He's at 44. It takes a while to get those back. Kimo, on the other hand, he's at 73. He's fine. He's in a great spot. 49 minutes and 33 seconds of the game. 3DB calls it. And that's the game. What a game. By every single angle. 3DB's strategic creativity. Kimo's tenacity. This is what makes Age of Mythology great. I don't have any, there's not any analysis to do. This was just really, really good Age of Mythology. Take a look at this. There's not. That's what Age of Mythology is all about. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.